Okay, El Salvador, 45th Machete Day, 50th regular day where the grandmother has rejected us. So we have to move on forth. But first I'm going to show you something. We got the deadbolt. That's right, deadbolt for the trespassers, the vandalizers, and the petty theft bitches in the United States. Okay, let's check it out. So here's deadbolt number 1. Right, that's right. So here's deadbolt number 2. When you don't love your parents, or the parents don't want you in their life, they're going to deadbolt it in El Salvadorian way. So the doors out here are made out of gate. There's a gate, and then the doors are made out of metal, not wood. So they can't chop it down. They have to have a chainsaw. By the time they do all that, the police are here. Okay, so here's deadbolt number 2, right?
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, and then this one was the 3rd one. That's right. So this house was constructed by my grandfather, my Marine grandfather. So let me tell you what happened to me in Vegas. This is called Cesarean murders. They do exist. It started with Dahlia, Black Dahlia of Los Angeles, which were basically aristocrats having, affairs, and this one was an actress, and she ended up getting mutilated, cut from her abdomen up, and then sliced in half. And these, I guess, the Joker smile, all the way up to her ears. She was sliced all the way up and found murdered in Los Angeles in a field. Okay, so anyway, that's what happens in the white culture now. We're talking about Latin culture. We're not raised to just abandon our children at whatever age, at 18. We are raised to live with each other, have a house, and all live together in poverty if that's what happens during poverty. But in the United States, they don't care if you're rich or poor. You're out the fucking door at 18. And that's the white culture way, and that's how I know my mother has been persuaded by her white, lesbian, professional, lovers, friends, whatever you want to call yourself in her life at the point, because she's a bisexual woman, okay? So anyway, 6 months pregnant, I was contracting. I was laid off at 5 months. I didn't get a hold of my family until I started contracting at 6 months, which is considered an at-risk pregnancy because I couldn't carry her. And my family chose to avoid the emails and say goodbye to me with that. And then my mother ignored me for 6, 7, 8. By 4 months later is when she came in and assisted me relocating from Nevada to California to have my baby, because white sisterhood in Nevada decided that I wasn't pregnant and that I should be murdered. My baby could be cut open from my stomach and given up for adoption or sold at $150,000 to $200,000 adoption services. Okay, so those are the type of scenarios that you encounter when you are not accepted by the white sisterhood. The father is European immigrant, and just because we got down a couple times doesn't mean that I'm going to marry him or that I was going to have his child. But he did impregnate me on purpose. That's right. I used condom each time. So, his decision was to impregnate me. And if that wasn't the case, then he would have talked to me and said, let's go to the abortion clinic. But I did go to the abortion clinic. Nevada did not have Planned Parenthood, nor did they have any abortion clinics available. And it's Sin City for a reason, I guess. But, forced parenting is also a dangerous situation, because then there's child murders when they didn't bond with the child. They don't want the child. It was not conceived by love. It was conceived by lust. And lust is not everlasting, okay? So in Vegas, we got Zeus. Yes, Zeus is deadbolt. In El Salvador, we have metal deadbolt. Okay, so, that's the reality here in El Salvador. It's a very impoverished country. And yes, they are willing to do whatever to attack you, conquer you, and take your money, material possessions, and whatever you got in your room, house, whatever. Okay, so it is not wise, to fool around with family tradition, cultural traditions. I am not white American, I'm Latin American, so I come back with Latin culture ideals. And my family decided to outcast me, so this is our last year as that last family name. My family now has turned my son against me, but he's a man now. That's right.